All right, we have returned for yet another day, and as you can see, I have a special guest behind me. One Robin Grace, doom scrolling on her phone, tossing up the deuces. She'll be... Oh, and here comes our Corgi. There she is, Anya. Some special guests for day 32. We have a bit of a different window now, a little bit bigger so that I can include some monthly total stuff. Yeah, and just change the wording just a little bit. Spaced it out a little bit more. So yesterday was double cardio day, which is never easy, but I actually wound up feeling pretty good during it, and did my cardio around 8 o'clock last night. Kicked my butt. I think I wound up doing almost 18 miles. Just an eyelash under 18 miles, which is good because that means I was just under 9 for both of my sessions. Robin's over there making her dog bow and bark for treats. So I can check mark that. So yesterday evening's workout was good. Which is good because I woke up this morning and I really didn't want to be stagnant and I really didn't want to go up in weight. For my calories, I went slightly over. I went for 1520 instead of 1500. And as anyone who's a continuous watcher knows, I gained that 1.7 pounds from our New Year's Eve meal into New Year's Day. Being the second, I was hoping to get on track. And I did. So I went down by 2 pounds, which is great because that means overall I've lost 0.3 pounds since the cheat meal. So it only took me 1 day to recover, basically. Which is really good. So very, very happy to see that. Today is rest day, so I don't need to check off morning or evening or do any of that. I just need to watch my calories very closely. And so far, grad total for the month, only 2 pounds of weight lost because we've only had 2 days. And we started out at 335.8 and went to 333.8. And that means that our total weight loss is actually not 30. It's 30.2 because I started out at 364. So it's nice to see. Obviously, there's an assault happening behind me with a dog being sniffed deeply because she's adorable and she's been recently bathed. So she doesn't smell like corn chips completely. My watch is like, you need to get up and move. I just fucking sat down to work. Taking a break from work a little bit later today because it's been a kind of a crazy day and I have to get back to work, so I cannot do a list today. All that to say, let's share the screen of what we're looking at for the month of January. For those of you who are just here for the dog, she'll become a little bit smaller, but she's still there. So far today, 850 calories, breakfast 220, a lunch of 300, and then a 260 calorie snack. So that's looking okay. I am going to adjust live on stream the axis. I really don't like Google Charts because it does not do this automatically based off of the values that you've included. And I think it's stupid. I think in most cases, Google Charts sucks balls compared to Excel. Horizontal axis, vertical axis. We're going to do max of, let's just do 3, what do you think? Start out at 335. Let's just do 340 max and then just do 310. I don't think that is something that is achievable. I don't like that it's spaced out by tens.
No.
What the fuck? It's also going up to 360? Okay, I did that backwards. 340, 310. There. That works. And for whatever reason, this label is not... I hate Google Charts with my heart and soul. I fucking hate you. If you work on Google Docs, excuse me, not Google Charts, just know that your product sucks and is inferior to Excel, but it's the only thing that I can get to fucking sync right now. Because my Excel on the cloud will not do it. Jesus. Yeah, Robin's yelling at me for talking shit to Google. Fuck you, Google. Or give me a job, one of the two. Total weight loss, 30.2. Monthly weight loss is 2 pounds. Current weight, 333.8. That's dope. This exact day, last month, was my first day having weighed in after seeing 364 on the scale and just being like, I want to die. And being careful with my calories. And even that first day, I wound up doing 1785. Still wound up going 5.6 pounds down, which was huge. We're not going to see that at any point this month, hopefully, because that'll mean that I fucked up pretty big at some point. But we're just going to keep going, man. We're going to see how far we can drive this thing down while gaining some strength and just feeling healthier. And I have a 5K that Robin signed us up for, I think in April, maybe even March. I'm dreading it a little bit. I've really fucked up heel. That I really need to get looked at by a doctor. I was told like 3 years ago at this point, that I had plantar fasciitis. I jumped off of a moving truck and rolled my ankle really bad, and it popped and it fucking hurt. And then it didn't get better. So after about 3 months, I went to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, it's just plantar fasciitis. Just don't go barefoot around the house. And it's never gotten better. No matter how much I have arch support, blah, 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 blah. It still hurts, and it hurts like a motherfucker. It's gotten worse the more I've started working out. So I'm like, maybe there's more to it. So I need to go to the doctor and just get it checked out. If it is plantar fasciitis, figure out what I need to do to get better. And if it's something else, get that addressed. Because I get a sneaking suspicion that I might have had a hairline fracture in my ankle. And it was never addressed properly, considering it's hurt for 3 fucking years. And every time it gets better, it just takes a little bit of stress or strain or twisting it the wrong way. And then suddenly it's like fucking... It feels like someone hit my ankle with a sledgehammer. All that to say, we have 8 minutes left. Let's try and wordle quickly today. Let's try and not fuck this up. Also, my New York Times subscription came out. It was like 30 fucking bucks. I was like, dude, this is supposed to be like $6 a month. What's happening? If you do Wordle, don't watch. All right. It's always nice getting some fucking greens to start. So all we got on this is the O where it's supposed to be and an R. So it could be R in second position, R in fourth position. I do not think we're going to have R in fifth position, considering we don't have any other vowels but O, unless it's a double O. Something like, what the fuck? I hate you, New York Times. Lots of fucking possibilities being crossed out in my mind as I'm going through this. Let's just try something like not broth, because we can't do broth. What about Bronx? Nope, not even a word. How about that? How about broom? B-R-O-O-M. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so that's good. We got the room in the middle, so there's not a whole lot it could be. I was thinking groom or broom. Now that we know that's the case, drool is not going to be on the table. It's not in the cards. It's going to be D, G, or P, most likely, unless there's something I'm leaving out here that's got a W in the front of it. Drool is not going to be there. Droop. It might be droop. It is not droop, but it is something with the P. Prune. Spelled awkwardly. Proof. It is proof. And I have the proof right there. All right, we got it in 5, but we got it quickly because we were narrowing it down. So I'm happy to see that we are going to finish this one under 10 minutes. It's really nice. One thing I want to mention, I don't know how this is going to work or if it will work, but I'm a big fan of GTARP. For those of you who don't know what those initials stand for, it's Grand Theft Auto Roleplay. I have a guy that I watch named Esfand. You can find him on Twitch at twitch.tv/EsfandTV. He's fucking hilarious. I started watching him because he was a WoW streamer, and I fucking love WoW. He was doing WoW Classic at the time when it was about to come out. He's a really chill guy. I really enjoyed his vibe. His streams are really fun. And he started streaming Madden. And when he was streaming Madden, he was doing this thing where he was like pretending to be the coach. And me and my buddy John, back in the day, like when we were 16, we took this trip to San Francisco, and like we were really restless at night, but we were only like 15 or 16. My parents took us. So we didn't really want to go to bed, but we were kind of on lockdown. So we rented a PlayStation 2 and NCAA Football 2004 or 2003, whichever one it was at the time. And we played Dynasty Mode. And when we played Dynasty Mode, it's like you're the coach. You're not actually playing the games. And we set this rule set up where it's like you can only do a 3-star team. Teams went all the way up to 5-star. So you couldn't get a Dynasty to start. You have to pick a team that's not doing very well and turn them into a great team. And we just both play at the same time and do our rosters and our recruiting and simulate games and see who could win the national championship and how much we can play. We got addicted to it. We used to play it all the time for like a decade. Until I moved, basically. We would still do it. Every year NCAA came out, and we would do it for Madden also. And we would do that same shit. Like when we'd be going into like a really important game, we'd be like giving this fake fucking pep talk to like the TV, like, guys, you have to do this. Like I used to coach Duke a lot, or UNC or North Carolina, and obviously they are each other's rivals, and that game would always come up. And be like, don't you fucking do it. Like, don't you lose to them. And then, like, the speeches would get more and more elaborate. And, like, he literally switches to a podium where he addresses his team. And so it's, like, all this role playing. It's really fun. And it's something that me and my buddy used to do. So I really immediately felt, like, super connected to this stream. Like, oh, I fucking love this content. It's really cool to see this again after so many years. And he started doing Grand Theft Auto Roleplay. And he's really funny. He's really good. And just seeing it was not only cool because, like, I could see GTA, which I love, and roleplay, which I love, and this streamer who is dope, like all combined. But I had a friend who has always existed on the internet but watches different content than me, and he was watching different streamers in GTRP. So we'd be chatting like, "Oh my fucking god, you see what Cornwood did today?" And it's just like each piece of this of GTRP was like just like so much fun to watch. And eventually he wound up not streaming it anymore. I still watch it. I still watch Esfin because he's an awesome streamer, and like basically anything he streams is just fun to watch. It's good content, especially if I have the time. It's nice to see it. But yeah, he's getting back into GTRP. I think it's starting today. They're trying to get him on the server yesterday. Why am I bringing all this up right now? Well, the server is open and you can apply, but you have to like have a character you're going to play. So I know for a lot of folks, especially like Chunkster who jumps in here a lot, we have a mutual admiration of Dungeons and Dragons. We play a ton. I've always role played, not just in D&D, but a bunch of different ways. And you can actually apply to be a member of the server, like a character on the server. But you have to like come up with your character and like put in your application and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do it. I figure why the fuck not? I'm not like looking to play with my streamer. It's kind of weird when people do that, I think. But I really do think one, I'm a really good role player. Like not to be too braggy, but I'm pretty fucking good. And it'll be fun to do. I just have to come up with a character. I have one in mind in particular that Robin thinks is a really good idea, and she usually shits on my ideas pretty hard if they're bad. And my buddy who also watches GTRP was like, I don't think that'll work. So I'm debating if I want to go with that one or come up with a different one, because you can only do one application at a time. Or I could just pay $250 and they'll let me on the server. But I'm going to try and get in there based off my merit. I got to attach some audio samples. I have to attach some references to things I've done in the past. So shout out to Scary-ish when we did our D&D stuff, and to Wheel of Time stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see. I might, if I get in, I will definitely stream my content. If I don't, no big deal. That just means I get to watch all the other content. So we'll see how it goes. But I just want to toss that out there because I think it'll be really fun to do, and it might be something that's in the cards for 2026. So we shall see. But that's everything for today. I do have to get back to work. Thank you to anyone who watched. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow. Love you. Bye.